Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3, and in the last episode it was 1940 and we just defeated the Italians in North Africa, and you'll notice some more changes have occurred. So I'm going to quickly just go around the map and explain what sort of happened in the last 6 months or so. So, Vichy France declared war on us, and the script that stops them from doing that didn't work, it didn't go forwards. So Germany absorbed southern France, and I went on the offensive and took all of Vichy's territories for the great and glorious British Empire. In this part of the Middle East, I have taken Saudi Arabia and puppeted them, and Portugal declared war on us, and I've taken their African holdings pretty easily. There's been no sort of major problems. And we've got South Africa is pushing up along with some French expeditionary forces. Would you look at that? Just to finish off what's left of their holdings here. And I'm also going to puppet them as well. And in fact, in the next full episode, or in fact, you know what, let's make this a full episode, I'm going to be invading with the forces that I have here. I'm just waiting on some extra reinforcements from this area here, some more armour, and I'm going to be doing an invasion into the Porto, or the Lisbon, there we go, the Lisbon area here, and also the Porto region here, and once I've done that, that should result in their capitulation. Yeah, I believe it will. And then on top of that, we've also got a major invasion going on in Norway. So the Germans were able to land some troops. Not really sure how they managed that, but they have landed substantial forces. And if I take Narvik, any troops that are in this pocket will run out of supply very quickly. My navy is outside the docks, and we have lost the hood, unfortunately. But we did sink some more battleships and more ships off the back of it. From the convoy war standpoint, we're really struggling to hunt down these German ships, although their navy is rather wrecked. They seem to be building an absolute shed ton of destroyers, but I just can't seem to catch them, and it's just a real struggle to get there. But to counter it, I've built a absolute shed ton of convoys. So we now have a positive variance of convoys, 1,525 convoys with, you know, a few escorts, nothing crazy, to protect them, and I'm building a huge amount of destroyers, and I'm replacing the HMS Hood, which I'm going to rename once I've built it. But as I say, the major battle is happening in Narvik. Now, in North Africa stroke the Middle East, I've positioned large amounts of forces in the new Med Command under Richard O'Connor to take Iraq, because the Iraqs are suffering from a little bit of a revolt at the moment, and I can move in quickly and take their victory points and hopefully take them out. Then I'm going to move into Iran, and then I'm going to move into Afghanistan. Now the reason I'm going to do that and puppet all of them is so that I can get their oil. So I'm going to control all of the major oil nations of the Middle East, this whole area. And then I'm going to have a decision on whether or not I want to invade Bulgaria / Turkey. Because I could open up another front in Turkey and just hold the crossings, and that would divert a huge amount of troops from the Soviet Union attack, which will be coming soon. It's only 2 months away, and hopefully I'll have crushed this ruddy German offensive up here in the north as soon as possible. Oh, and would you look at that, Man City have gone 2-0 up against Arsenal. If you do hear any weird background noise, that'll be the football going on my phone. Let's just look at this goal, guys. Ultra professional here. I don't support Man City or Arsenal, by the way. It looks like a good goal, this, from City, to go 2-0 up. Sorry, I'm sure most of my subscribers really don't care about the football. Oh, that's well played. It's a shame it was scored by Raheem Sterling. But anyway, let us continue on in the campaign. So, I'm going to kick this episode off straight away by invading Iraq. So, let's puppet them. And let's go straight in. So, This is a very, I think, relatively easy fight here. I'm going to use our Polish units to move in like so, and our Canadian forces as well. We've got a full Anzac HQ. Just trying to think if there's any other major events that you need to be made aware of. Well, I could say in East Africa I have finished relocating the majority of my forces. So the only things left over here are a few garrisons, as shown like so. Not Middle East Command, come on, East Africa. There we go. But yeah, the only thing really left is a few garrisons. So there's this African Rifles unit that I need to move over. And that reminds me. So all of the troops, pretty much, that were there have been relocated to India. Now, through some unit creation decisions, I've managed to get the 5th Indian Division, the 5th Indian Cavalry Division, the 9th Indian Division, the 7th Indian Division, and the 31st Indian Armoured Division out. So we've got a few first-rate units here, along with some second-rate units, with a lot of our fairly experienced militia divisions from the fight in East Africa. So I'm pretty happy overall with the units we've got here. So yeah, it seems positive. I'm going to position a fair amount of them in Afghanistan, this area, to help aid the invasion. It's going to be a two-front war to connect our areas up. But let's play on. And in fact, I probably could have done with moving some of our air assets over. So how are we looking here? Hobart Percy is a level 4 commander now, and he's quite the commander as well. Looks like there's a combat going on there. One single... Oh, there we go. I think the Rodney just got engaged. To defend our transports there. Oh, the only other thing was there was a huge amount of Italian ships in this area here that didn't have a port to go to. So I've managed to crush, I think it was about 100 Italian submarines, motor torpedo boats and torpedo boats in this area here, this channel. I don't know what it's called. Is it the Red Sea? Yes, the Red Sea, look at that. So that's really good. That's a positive result. Because we weren't able to transport troops through here, and we were losing like 20 convoys a day just in a couple of provinces because of the sheer ludicrous amount of Italian units that were stationed here. So that was a very good result. And let's make sure we get all of our units into position here. Oh, and we've got the extra wide tank tracks, which means we can get the next level infantry support tank and all of our light tanks up. That's good. Now in Narvik we are winning this battle very effectively. The Swedes have sent a pretty large force of troops as well to corner them. And the Battle of Takrit is already taking place. Don't think that the Iraqis are going to be able to deal with armour. And we've started getting some more spawns of troops. So we have the Canadian 1st Corps arrive, the Polish 1st Corps. I've got now a full Anzac group here. These are the East African infantry divisions that I sent down there. And then, of course, we have the Western Desert Force, which is now the Eastern Desert Force. Looks like first aid just clocked. Good. Trade off from Mexico. On the diplomacy standpoint, one of you guys commented to ask how you add things, like acquire territory. So on the game, there's an add war goal button here, and you can choose to one of these as an option. Unfortunately, Italy won't let me do the acquire territory one. I'm trying to think of where's the best demonstration. Yeah, so there's an option here to take the Oder-Nice line, but that's an example of it. I don't think there's a good option for me to show you. Something else that I'm probably going to do as well is probably going to Puppet Island. Please don't dislike the video, it doesn't actually refer to my political views. But we're going to Puppet, I think, Ireland, just purely because they've got a fair amount of troops, and I don't think it will be that bad. It's literally an invasion here, and a quick hop over the border from Newry. And speaking of politics, it's been a pretty awful week if you're like me and you support the left in the UK. I think we're a dying breed. No, in all seriousness, I'm going to do, I think, a video on the election results, as sad as I am, because it is shocking, really. I really can't believe that the Conservatives got that much of a landslide. And I think the misinformation campaign against Jeremy Corbyn has finally won out. At the end of the day, you can tell he's a good man. There are issues in the Labour Party, definitely, with anti-Semitism. But it's obvious that he has been trying to fix some of those issues. But it doesn't look like, you know, it's happened. And I think the Labour Party will need to have a real hard look at themselves and think about what they can do now to change. Because they are in the weeds, so to speak. That's for sure. Right, so we've got a few extra units here that I'm going to bring to India. Let's rebase accordingly. It's only a few extra militia units. But yeah, it's been a bad week if you're like me and you're on the left of British politics. I think I might have to give up now on the idea of a second referendum. I think it's done. To quote, what was it, Rogue One, the Star Wars film? The dream is over. Rather disappointingly. Right. So, pushed in here. Into Tikrit. And I think Coom Force, yeah, was pushed into Al-Qusart. In fact, you know what, we can push over there. Push into Baghdad. This has been a fairly straightforward operation. And we get asymmetric warfare. That's actually pretty useful for infantry units when they're fighting in forest. We're still having major issues on the national unity drain as a result of those ruddy convoys. And really, we just want to push them back. We don't want to capture or encircle any units. We just want this to be a very straightforward, you know, encirclement operation. Let's see how Hobart does here against Baghdad. That's not too bad, all things considered. We're going to push in from the north and the south. Tech-wise, we're doing fine. No major updates. We did get the ability to put 8 units into one group, which is very positive. And I'm just in the middle of doing a whole load of cruiser techs that are at 1941 level. looking a tough battle for Coon's force. We lost 11, they lost 670. This little encirclement's going fairly well. Oh, that's a tech to get strike commandos. I think they just do very big damage. And so far this hasn't been too bad of a battle. It's been a bit of a walkover. Narvik is going very well. We need the Swedes just to hold them in place so that we can take Narvik. And once they break out of there... In fact, you know, I'm going to move the repulse out of that purely because it does stand a small chance of being sunk. Glorious as well is looking a little bit less glorious than normal. But really, with battleships, several light cruisers, hopefully we can handle this. At least easily handle it. I don't know why my speakers keep going off and on my home system at the moment. Rather irritating that it keeps happening. Right, there we go. That's better. I have got it on speed 4 at the moment just because I think all of these battles are manageable. Cruiser AA control computer is fine. And hopefully we'll start getting some events like End of the Beginning. We just need the ruddy USA to actually join the war. Hopefully that'll be relatively soon. Right, let's load more troops there, and let's get this African rifle unit, because it's one of the last units that we need to grab. In the Mediterranean, I have taken Rhodes, the Dodecanese, Crete, and Corsica. Not Corsica. Yeah, Corsica, and then Sardinia is still yet to be taken. I did actually take the island, but the Italians took it back because I left one garrison unit here, and they landed up here, and they landed with like 4 Italian divisions, and I just didn't have the transport fleet there at the moment to take it back. But I think it's been relatively sorted now. So, in relation to down here... right, the BEF. You can be dislinked from that. And let's create a new HQ. Let's create the PEF, the Portuguese Expeditionary Force. And then let's give them a decent commander. Anyone around here that's looking like they might need to be put in charge of another unit? Looking for anyone that's a level 5, really. I must say, Lise Oliver, you look useful. And who are we going to put in charge? Let's put this guy, and then let's put Mr. Lise Oliver in command, and then link it to home command. And I'm going to attach the Marine Corps. So, the way I'm going to play this is I'm going to put these units into here, along with the Royal Tank Corps can go in there. will be the plan. Let's just do that. Now, these guys, I'm going to have them invade Porto. No, they're going to invade in Lisbon. And then the Royal Tank Corps is going to drop off in Porto. Let's get going. Several fairly large invasions taking place here to secure Porto. Well, the Portuguese have broken their long alliance with us off the back of Axis promises. Need to move into Baghdad. Just holding them in place now with these extra troops. And how are we looking in Narvik? We are looking perfect. The question is, can we get in there before they arrive with reinforcements? So they've got not a whole lot waiting for us. In fact, they can start ground attacking again now, hopefully. Ooh, and I think a whole bunch of our techs just ticked. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Happy enough with the setup at the moment. Let's start getting these ones here. Okay, perfect. And there we go. That's a major victory. So we lost 19,000 troops in that. And the Germans lost 17,000, but we did push them out. Right, now we need to hope we get in there as soon as possible. So, the 28th, that's not too bad, all things considered. Move the unit back in. Push them back out. And hopefully the loss of... Oh, shit. Could be a very long campaign up in the Narvik area. I was rather pissed off that they managed to land troops up there again. It's a good job I noticed it when I did, to be honest. Load of convoys coming online. And Iraq's been reduced to a relatively minor inconvenience. Should have just stayed with the old British Empire. I'm going to recover the Highland Division just for a little while. Bush is quite the commander. I will give him that. In real life, he did make some pretty cataclysmic mistakes, though. And it looks like the invasion has taken place. And we've taken Porto, so I'm going to just hold that, because we don't need to expand the bridgehead there. And hopefully once we've taken Lisbon, it'll be a relatively straightforward strike. Dallas Brooks is landing. He's become a pretty amazing logistical commander, actually. And this will give us yet another ally in the fight against the dirty Nazi menace. We want to push them out. We're just waiting for you guys to recover a little bit. And speaking of which, come on. Ground attack. Don't need to rest. Kill! Okay, up to 407 per day. I'm just waiting for those destroyers to be kicked out. And there we go. That is the Battle of Baghdad 1. And with that, yep, that's the end of the Iraqis. They are back now to being a puppet. Now, the invasion of Iran. Simply put, they have very good infrastructure, or at least moderately useful infrastructure. Oh, there's another goal. Let's see how this one is. That's very straightforward. Oh, Arsenal was so disappointing. Right. So, yeah, we've got a fair amount of forces with which to throw at the Iranians. What have they got national unity-wise? So they have a national unity of 80%, and they have how many victory points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay, so we're looking at 7 with national unity of 80%, so 6. 6 victory points. So we could ignore this one in the far north. Or I could just dedicate maybe the Canadians to it, because it's only 2... Yeah, it's not too far away, is it? And then it's going to be following the coastline, really. Shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to handle that. And there's the end of my sports pass. Because I had a 24-hour pass with Now TV, purely to watch it while it was on. But that was, I bought that yesterday, so 24 hours from then. Yep, it's just finished. And we can recruit Indian units. That's good. To the front, what did we get? An Indian garrison unit and a Indian infantry division. With another Gurkha unit in it, so that's good. We have a lot of troops for the defense. I mean, what I would say is Siam haven't even joined the Axis yet. And they are making their way towards us, so we might be able to get a forward operating base in Siam. That would be good if they did join us. How are things looking here? All things considered, going very well. Let's make sure this encirclement goes on. So, railroad network. We can get AP ammunition. Good. And the Second Royal Marine is now engaged. Under lane. I think 96.1? No. Oh no. Where is their last victory point then? We took 5. Oh, you son of a bitch. Macau. Oh, fuck. Really? Fucking really? We don't want to load you into there. Let's think about this. Let's get transport fleets just out of the way. And then let's take you and you. I don't think we need any more than that. Right. And then we're going to relocate to Hong Kong in the voyage of a lifetime just to take Macau. That is piss poor. Seriously? I am extremely disappointed in that. Like, that should have been a real simple and straightforward capitulation there. But instead, we're going to have to do a load extra of work dealing with these a-holes. Right, so IC's being wasted on that. Nope, not AI control. Don't you dare. Right, normal. Okay. I'm pretty happy overall, just needs more work. Oh, and there's a naval submarine battle. Okay, not too bad. Let's just make sure this beachhead doesn't get taken out. How remarkably disappointing. Right, come on. Take them out. They're doing a tactical withdrawal. Now then, let's move up to here. Let's move the Canadian units up to here. Let's move the Anzac units up to here. Let's move the British divisions up to here. And then finally the Western or Eastern Desert Force. Let's move them up to here. Because I'm going to move our fastest units around the coast. We're going to use the English and the Anzac forces to move it to Tehran, and then we're going to just use the Canadians to possibly take to Brits. And then we can use the, I don't know, the English forces to move on that one as well. But yeah, all of the oil of the Middle East is going to be ours. We're going to control import and export. Right, civil defense, 1943 levels. That's a 1941 tech now. We can get the next level of cemented armor. There's 3 extremely weak German units there that have decided to attack. I really don't understand why these guys aren't going for it. Just go for it. Is it because you're doing passive? Or port strike? We're going to go aggressive. Go. There we go. I want them dealt with. Oh, we can start building super carriers soon. That's good. None of them have a chance of reinforcing. They are melting under the pressure. And we are doing the better things, even though he's the better commander. But Reed is absolutely piling on the pressure. need to have a real think here when it comes to the invasion of Iran, because there's good terrain on this end for advancing, but everywhere else is mountains. And they're a ball ache, so I don't want to get caught. And I think we just got a load of... yeah, so there's tenacious defense training, which I'm not bothered by, but extreme combat tactics is always useful. Let's go for a passive port strike here. Let's see what we can do to sink them in port. Second generation of German battleships that they've brought out. That's going pretty well. Let's just pull back the Highland there. Well, it looks like they're a little bit broken from that. Oh, we managed to sink a German destroyer, finally, in this area of the world. Thank God for that. Right, and we just got a better screws, rudder. And I desperately want to take Narvik and recommit them in 19 hours. There's lots of trade with Siam. If that's helping them come towards our faction, I'm happy. They're really drifting towards us now. That is perfect. I'm sure we're a big threat, but, you know, Japan's a big threat. Right, how far away do we think our fleet is? Ah, there we go, we just made it through the straits there. We've got both our sea and airports in position. It's 1942, let's get the carrier hull shape optimization going. Up to 98. In fact, what I'm now going to do is I'm now going to take these guys and put them on a ground attack mission. But rather than do it passively, let's go aggressive. And landing infantry just got completed. I think that's all the carrier stuff done, to be honest. Let's get the elastic defense up, because that's a useful tech that we managed to get from beating the Germans repeatedly. Okay. Let's finish moving all of our units into position here. Before we do anything else. Oh, and the 10th Indian Division got spawned in Iraq. Let's... where's the best place to move him? Let's go to here, to Tel Aviv. And then let's just pick up all of these units as we go around. Okay. So far so good. And just need to beat them back in Narvik. They are heroes thus far. And we haven't had any other crashing issues now for a while. There we go. Let's get the tank crews training, that's a useful tech. That gives us extra soft attack and hard attack. Although a little bit extra fuel consumption. Well, that's interesting. Time on fire technique. Oh my god. Seriously. That's it. We need everyone involved in this. Armor plating advance. Assault concentration. Right, come on. Should be the end of the line. And it's back to Bush. He's getting a huge amount of effects. Oh, that garrison unit is taking a hammering. There we go. Right, we're on the Battle of Narvik. We lost 12,258, but they lost 12,000 again. Right. How long is it going to take you to get there? Very quick. Good. 1 day. I'm expecting it to be 1 day. Good. Get there as soon as possible. Yes. Right, and with that, we've taken them there. And, right, we've caught their fleet. So... They're all meant to have been knocked out there. Right. Good, the Ludendorff's there, right. They lost to Europa. Let's make sure we're waiting for them. Right, and that means we've caught all of these divisions here in this pocket in the far north. Come on, Prince of Wales. Sink it. Right, we've sunk the Ludendorff. Happy days. Right. Keep chasing down the extra submarines. And let's just hold Narvik. Because they'll run out of supply soon enough. And that was a pretty good victory, all things considered. Nothing perfect, but, you know, we needed a victory like that against the Germans. It's been a while. We've now got all of our... pardon me. All of our corps near enough in position. Ready to invade Iran. We do see us as the highest threat. Who did Germany see as the highest threat? Us. Oh, look at that. Italy? No, I was about to say it's got to be us. Hungary. I bet they don't see us. Yeah, it's the Soviets. Same with Romania. And that war will be, I assume, coming very quickly. Hopefully they've prepared enough for it. We've killed our fair share of German units to prepare for it, so we've done our bit. It's your turn now, the Soviets. Looks like they're losing a huge amount of manpower, if that's to be believed. In fact, you know what, let's take off some of these at the moment. Put them on really low priority. And just make sure that all the priority's been diverted to Germany for that one spy a day. Special operations training. And I think I'm going to call it an episode here. It's been a relative success. The only thing that hasn't been a relative success... Oh, you know what? Let's end it once we've taken Hong Kong. Good. Sinking all of these subs. And in fact... There's another German submarine fleet there. We did lose a ship, but they lost ships as well. Or at least heavily damaged. And so far, Miles Dempsey has conducted himself beautifully in the north. He's repeatedly shown that he's been a positive commander. Right, pardon me. And I think we have enough landing craft soon to where we can invade Italy and Sicily. And I think that's what I'll look to do next episode, is take Caligari and Sicily. Because I feel like the Italians are ready to be knocked out of this war. I did build a large amount of underground resistances as well, but I don't know if they've changed the way they work, but it says you need 10 and it's 1, so yeah, maybe that's not going to work anymore as a tactic. Right, let's rebase back in Trondheim. Oh, we're nearly out of supply. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. There we go. Good. And I need to... This has got to stop. This decrease in our national unity has to end. It's way too much of an issue. Right, let's bring that African rifle unit over. And then soon enough we'll start deploying all of these units. I'm going to take all of the militia type African rifle units and I'm going to put them all in this area here. Our frontline units I'm going to put in Burma and here, and then hopefully I'm going to be able to get Siam on side. But even if they remain neutral, that stops them invading from here, so it will just be a case of defending this area here. I mean, I don't want... I'm not with war to Japan at the moment. They have national use 75%, so 1, 2, 3. They have 6 victory points with a national unity of 75%. So if you take 5 of them, that should, in theory, knock them out. We could land and do a landing. We have got 4... and then puppet them. Yeah, maybe that is a good idea. I'll have to think on that. Right, I do believe that our units are nearly in position here for the next stage of this invasion. Let's go for this. Let's use the Highland Division to support attack. Let's I think we should be able to break in there. I'm just debating whether or not we can hold Hong Kong. I don't think we can. That's another destroyer gone. Oh, we did a pretty decent amount of damage to an Italian submarine group there. And hopefully by June we'll have finished our encirclement here. Just got a major defeat somewhere. Ooh, up here. Interesting. They've still got some bite left in them yet. Nope, it's too harsh. $247. And we can get the next level of destroyer class under escorts. Oh, it's 42 tech. We don't want to do 42 techs. That's a 41 tech. We can avoid that. That's a 42 tech. And let's get, yeah, the supply throughput techs. Never have any supply issues ever again. Okay. Right, we're nearly there now. Nearly at the end of this episode. So, let's get straight in and do the invasion. So let's take this unit and this unit and do an invasion straight away. Now, I am expecting this to be extremely straightforward. On it. Right, that should be the end of Portugal. Yeah, it is. Let's put a load into our supply production, you know. Let's just have it a little over equal. Right, there we go, we've taken Portugal. So we've now got a foothold on the British mainland, although Portugal has full troops. But, you know, they've got a few things dotted around. And I think I've sunk most of their navy. In fact, I've sunk all of their navy. They had some submarines, though, just pissing about. Wow, they've got 16 fighters, or 17 fighters, randomly everywhere. But that means now that pretty much the whole of Africa, in fact, the whole of Africa, apart from the things owned by the Spanish Republic, is on our side. And I'm hoping that we can get the Spanish Republic to join our faction, because they are drifting towards us, slowly but surely. The USA, for its part, has a slightly lower neutrality level now. So hopefully they are coming towards us, and we're getting a little bit more victory provinces. Sure, they've got the majority in Europe, but everywhere else is slowly being taken by us, apart from in China, which isn't looking quite so hot at the moment, as it's fully controlled by the Japanese. So we've got quite the battle on there. But thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have a great evening. Bye bye.